Good afternoon. This is Brian Cashin on the Constitutional Inquirer. Our top story today is Zion resident is attempting to desecrate the United States. Of course, this is Brian Cashin on Constitutional Inquirer, investigating a report that a citizen is attempting to burn the United States flag. It looks like here is where the alleged act is taking place. A citizen of Zion named Evan Ellis, angry at a policy of the federal government, is attempting to light the United States flag aflame. Of course, this is not the first time that someone has planned to do this, but perhaps we are a little bit confused as to why Evan has decided to resort to such vandalism. Citizen Ellis, what has caused you to do such a desecrative thing?
I don't necessarily agree with Obama's executive order that is allowing migrants to have temporary citizenship status. I just don't.
Well, perhaps it may be for the better that it's raining and he cannot light the flag. But we will investigate his constitutional rights to do so. Next ACLU Expert today on the Constitutional Inquirer is American Civil Liberties and Union attorney Kyle Ozuski. Kyle is a constitutional expert on flag desecration. Kyle, welcome to the Constitutional Inquirer.
Thank you, Brian. Good to be here.
Kyle, as an expert, what is your input on the incident today that took place out in the field?
Well, let me begin by saying, while I don't condone Mr. Ellis's burning of the flag, I will say it is within his constitutional right if he is doing it in protest.
Kyle, based on historical precedent, have other people attempted to desecrate the flag in the past?
Yes, Brian, they have. This goes all the way back to 1984 when a man named Gregory Lee Johnson decided to burn the flag outside of Dallas City Hall. This started the case of Texas v. Johnson, which decided that flag burning is protected under the First Amendment, freedom of speech.
So, based upon that, Kyle, would you consider the incident today to be within the constitutional rights of Zion resident Evan Ellis?
I do agree, just as the Supreme Court agreed in a 5-4 decision, that it was protected.
Well, there you have it. ACLU expert and constitutional flag desecration specialist, Kyle Ozuski. Kyle, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you, Brian.
Our second expert here today on the Constitutional Inquirer is United States Navy man and Seaman Vasquez. Seaman Vasquez, thank you for joining us today on today's show.
Thank you, Cash. It's great being here.
So today, judging by what happened in the incident, what is your input on the desecration of the United States flag?
Well, besides the organization of the flag and its forming being substantial to its representation of our nation's unity, liberty, and justice, the flag goes beyond these significances. From the Pledge of Allegiance, our flag represents one nation under God, meaning any social, political, or economic hardship can be surpassed through mutual and uniform purity and innocence, also symbolized through the white stripes of our notorious American flag. Despite any tyrannical injustices that might have slipped out of hands from any of the following states or from any presiding branch of government, our Constitution still abides to maintain our inalienable rights, persevering also symbolized in the blue of our flag. Lastly, not only are we preserved of our rights, but also given protection from our national military, which symbolizes bravery and valor seen through the red of our stripes of our flag.
Thank you, Seaman Vasquez. That was some very patriotic words, corresponding to some very patriotic music. Thank you for being here today on today's show.
Thank you, Cash.
To conclude our incident today, we would like to have some final remarks by our two experts here today, Attorney Ozuski and Seaman Vasquez. We thank you and thank them for being here on the show. Attorney Ozuski, do you have any final remarks you would like to make today on today's show?
Well, thank you, Cashin. If I had any final remarks, it would probably have to be that if Mr. Ellis is burning the flag, it's probably in protest of possibly an administrative policy, such as Mr. Johnson protesting Reagan's administrative policies.
Absolutely. Good point, Attorney Ozuski. Seaman Vasquez, would you like to make any final closing remarks on today's program?
Well, yes, I do. I would like to say that our flag symbolizes many important significances, such as valor, bravery, liberty, and integrity, which is primarily why no person should be allowed to burn the flag nor desecrate the flag.
Thank you, Stephen Vasquez. Today, we analyze an issue critical to the constitutional rights of today's citizens. Please join us next week on the Constitutional Inquiry. Again, this is Brian Cashin. As a follow-up to the show we aired last weekend regarding the constitutionality of flag burning, we would like to thank the opinions of attorney and ACLU Chief Executive Kyle Ozuski for what he did to provide his constitutional expertise on the issue. However, as the news has indicated, certain recent events have shown Kyle to be morally irresponsible, and we would like to discredit what Kyle contributed to this show.
I would like to say I did not have sexual relations with that secretary and those paralegals. Get the camera on my face.
Well, perhaps that puts a tarnish on the show we aired last weekend. However, in honor of Memorial Day weekend, we would like to thank everyone involved in the production of this video, including executive producer Todd Rome and our fabulous cameraman, Ronnie Summers. In our Memorial Day, we would like to honor the veterans of the United States. We would like to God bless the United States of America. We would like to God bless Barack Obama. And we would also officially like to God bless Yale University.